I'm Jason Brenizer. I am the host of the Phenomenal Future podcast and the principal at Phenomenal Future Project. I am streaming here. This is day 13, my lucky number. Day 13 in a row of doing live videos, streaming out to a whole bunch of different platforms. I am losing my voice, but I'm going to keep on going here today. I'm running an experiment. I'm doing this 365 days in a row, and I'm putting out content for artists to learn about NFTs, blockchain, smart contracts, Web3, and so much awesome technology that puts the power back in the hands of the artists. And sorry about the little video dropouts, but puts the power back in the hands of the artists, where they actually get to control interaction with their fan base and reap the rewards from that. So that's the theme that I'm covering on all of these. Today, I am going to cover, similar to what we did yesterday, I'm going to give you insight to an NFT series that was put out, not by an artist specifically, but by a really well-known person in the advertising and online marketing space. Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V, as his friends call him. And I'm going to just jump right into his NFT series that he put out recently. Well, actually, he's on his second, but we're going to cover his first here, and that is called Vee Friends. I'm going to switch over here, and you can see a little bit about his Vee Friends. He's got his series 2 on here as well. This is just a little screenshot, and you can see. Now, his art, is it fantastic? No, actually, it looks kind of like doodles that you would have made in I don't know, 4th, 5th grade or something like that, right? He has lots of different characters. Lots of them are animal-based themes. So you got ants and anteaters and aliens and astronauts. Obviously, we're looking at all the A's right now, but it goes through all of the alphabet. He shows you how many here he has per. And they might have slightly different visuals, but there are 40 accountable anteaters, and they'll look, like I said, very similar, and give people different rights. Now, on the Vee Friends, obviously you can see Gary has hand-drawn these, and they're mostly people, animals, and his whole focus behind this is not necessarily the amazing art, right? Would you necessarily want to put that on your wall and display that? I mean, maybe you're proud of participating, but the art itself might not be that, I don't know, it doesn't really strike to my heart. But what he is offering with his NFTs is a deep and varied tribe experience. It's specifically designed to play out over the next 4 years. So he has a very clear time horizon of what he wanted to do with this. Now, all Vee Friends token owners get a 3-year pass to VeeCon, which is a multi-day event exclusively for the NFT holders. Nobody else can go to it except for the people who have purchased his NFTs. Now, that conference is focused on what he does best, teaching about business, marketing, creativity, entrepreneurship, innovation, competition, and of course, Gary's brand is definitely no bullshit. He calls it like it is, and definitely calls people out for I don't know, lying to themselves and things like that. So unique in that he's not trying to please everybody, but he definitely cuts to the quick, and I think a lot of people really need that, and that's why they're joining this community. Let's see here. I think the first VeeCon was held in just this last May in 2022. And there's something interesting, and we'll switch over here to the screen here. So I created this little graphic here. So Vee Friends, all of these NFTs, it's about utility and access. So that means each NFT will have different levels of access and activities through the smart contract that are attached with each investment into the NFT, and it gives them a utility through metadata. And he split that kind of utility across 3 tiers. We're looking at access, 300, gift 555, and admission 9,400. So all told, he's around 10,255 NFTs in that first series. And so most of them are that lower tier, and that's also a lower price point. It's really it's all about VCon and being able to participate with all of the other NFT holders. Now the gift level and the access level are giving you some additional benefits that you wouldn't get otherwise, and of course that makes those more valuable, and the price has definitely gone up on those. Now, Gary is looking to take the characters that he creates in his NFTs, and he's going to basically turn that into a intellectual property media empire. He wants to license the characters to beverage companies, sports teams, TV animation, commercials, and educational materials. And unlike some of the other NFT creators making a big splash in the market, Gary has chosen to hold on to all of his intellectual property rights. So there are other NFTs that allow the NFT holders or purchasers to get some of the rights to the intellectual property for those individual characters. Gary has chosen to hold on to his. And I'd say that's a wise move, considering he really needs to be a billionaire if he's ever going to reach his huge life goal. One of his huge life goals, he wants to buy the New York Jets. So I'm pretty sure that takes a little bit of money to buy an NFL team. Now let's go ahead and switch here over to the web and give you a handle here on his Vee Friends website. So a lot of other NFT series or creators of series will launch NFTs, and they're only visible on a marketplace, a third-party marketplace like OpenSea.io. But he has chosen to have people be able to purchase and view them on his website. So you can see over here on the top right, you can connect your wallet. I'm not going to go through that process right now, but that would allow me to connect a wallet that I hold cryptocurrency in, and then I would be able to potentially purchase some NFTs here. Now, most of these people aren't selling them because they want the access, and they want to be able to go to VCon multiple years in a row, and they also want to just be part of Gary's tribe, right? So purchasing them might not be as simple as you would like. You might have to offer a lot of extra money than what someone would just maybe even is listing it for as the last sale value. It may, let's say they spent 42 ETH. Well, they may actually say, forget it, I'm not going to part with it for, unless it's like 250 ETH or something like that, some astronomical number. Who knows though? Some people definitely would take them up on that. Now, I want to point out here too, access tokens are broken down into different types of access. So those 300 that you saw in that pyramid that I was showing, there are 22 that are competition, 165 that have group access. There's a one-on-one, 108 of them are one-on-one access with Gary Vee, pretty amazing. And 5 scholarships, very rare. So that would be interesting to note what that is. I've not actually looked it up. And then gift tokens. I'm going to actually click on this here and gift goats, and you can see the imagery on that is a little bit different than the imagery on the other ones. He did kind of a really fancy background there. And honestly, I don't know what these are all about. So I'm going to click on one and really see what the deal is on a gift goat. So the gift goat, it's verifiable for an exclusive gift experience curated by Gary and the Vee Friends team. A minimum of 6 physical gifts will be sent to gift goat token holders per year for 3 years until the token experience expires. So, Gary partners with a lot of different companies, and he also has a agency where he's working on advertising and marketing for some really massive companies. Chances are some of those products will make it into these gift experiences for users. Now, let's see what the second thing here is. Each year shall be defined as the 12-month time period, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's just particulars there. And Interestingly enough, if you look here, the price 1 year ago, um, someone purchased this for 14 ETH, and at the time, or currently, I think at the time that was $47,000. So pretty impressive. Um, Not everybody can afford that. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to go in here. And also you'll note that he also, for every drawing that he did, Gary's very savvy when it comes to creating content for everything that he does. And definitely he's someone to watch and someone to emulate when it comes to that. So you'll see here that he recorded his creation of Gift Goat. Now it's sped up a little bit. He's obviously not drawing that fast, but this is pretty interesting, right? I mean, to have a video associated with the creation of the art itself, I think that's pretty fantastic. And I guess we have to believe that's actually Gary's hand. So he's definitely created something, again, just like I showed yesterday with Emily Lazar. She had done some animated stuff for a few of her NFTs. Gary is pulling out all the stops and you know, showing you what he's up to. I think that's fantastic. Definitely, Gary is the one to learn from when it comes to how to engage with your audience. He is constantly out there. Now, let's go back up to the top here and go to the access tokens and look and see what the one-on-one is all about. Again, different backgrounds, so they they do stand out a lot more than the basics, than those 9,400 others, kind of the admission ones. Now, I love the names: Workout Wolf, Wine Shopping Spree, Woodchuck, Courtside Cat, FaceTime 5. So you can kind of get a sense of what these might be. I guess you get to work out with Gary, one-on-one, which is pretty cool. Courtside Cat, I bet you it has to do with basketball. Let's take a look at this one. The holder of the Courtside Cat token will be invited to attend one New York Knicks game per year and sit courtside with Gary V. Courtside. Well, that's a lot of courtsides. Each year shall be defined, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's pretty cool, right? Going to a Knicks game with Gary, and I'm pretty sure the seats are going to be pretty fantastic. So, you know, he values his time, right? But the FaceTime 5, so that's accessing him on a direct FaceTime. So you can see the price here though on the FaceTime 5, 3 ETH, last sale. But Courtside Cat, it's 100 ETH. Now remember, I said yesterday, and it's about the same today, an ETH is valued at $1,500 currently, times 100. Somebody paid $150,000 to be able to go to 3 basketball games with Gary Vee. Now, you might think that's crazy, right? But there is something to be said about, well, Tony Robbins said it best. Proximity is power. Getting around people who know a lot more than you do, who have figured out success, being able to ask them pointed questions, and then also actually following through on what it is that they have to say when it comes to advice. You'd be surprised at how much those people appreciate that their advice is actually taken, and that could create a longer term relationship. You just never know. So I'd say maybe it is worth 100 ETH, or maybe working out with Gary Vee one-on-one. Look, if you're an influencer who is all about exercise and nutrition and eating well, but Gary Vee has millions of followers. Just go to YouTube and check him out. Go to any kind of media, social media. He's going to have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. Do you think that having a cross-pollination between his followers and what you do might be beneficial to your brand? So people are buying these not just because they like the art, or not just because they want to go to VeeCon, but because they want to get around other people, especially Gary, who is going to grow their audience so much faster, or at least there's a potential for that happening. Let's see here. Anything else that is of interest? The scholarship. Let's go take a look at these scholarships and see. Gary originally owned Sorcerer Scholarship. He may be giving these away and not selling these. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to click on it here. I'm going to go for one here. That is an interesting firebrand. Sorcerer Scholarship. So, along with the other Sorcerer Scholarship token holders, selected applicants will have 5 45-minute mentor sessions with Gary Vee over the course of 1 year. Now, he like I said, he has an agency. His time is extremely valuable. That might be worth $1 million to somebody. They may be able to really get a leg up on the business that they're trying to start, and he may make the difference between, you know, treading water and swimming across the Atlantic, right? So I would say that that's pretty amazing. And then selected applicants will have 30 hours of mentor sessions with Gary's personal and professional network. So other heavy hitters. Yeah, and potentially could intern at VaynerMedia. So yeah, I think Gary Vee has done a fantastic job here of really understanding his current audience and giving them more of what they want and using NFT technology to track that. The cool thing here too, I do want to point out here, so if we go back to exploring the friends and we just look at a couple of these, like the content condor. Let's go ahead and click on this, just kind of go into it. Yeah, $22,000. So where was I going with this? I guess I want to come up with an analog, you know, for you as an artist, or you know, let's say you're a musician. You have live shows. You're going to do a tour. People who support your tour ahead of time might actually pay. I mean, depending on how much money you can sell your individual NFTs for, might actually pay enough for you to be able to get a, you know, a new bus, a tour bus. Wouldn't that be fantastic if you're normally just driving around in SUVs and a van and stuff like that? Maybe it also allows you to you know, increase the quality of your show and have some, you know, a video projector or who knows what, a better sound system. So I think there are pretty amazing ways that you can think about who's your audience, how do they want to participate with you, where can they do that, and also you need to think about the reason this is so powerful for Gary Vee is it's essentially it's a relationship, right? He's creating long-term relationships with his fans. So it's not just that they go and watch him on YouTube now, they're going to be seeing him in person, whether that's in a giant group setting at VCon or whether that's in a group setting or one-on-one. So you have to be comfortable with that as well. Gary is a pretty outgoing guy. He seems to be able to interface with anybody that gets thrown in front of him, no matter their walk of life. It's a major life skill. Not everybody has that, and so you as a NFT creator, you need to think about when you're creating experiences for your fans, how much resistance you might have to following through on making good, because that is the that is the recipe for getting a really bad reputation if you can't follow through on the things that you promise, because it's in a very public forum now. That's the one thing about NFTs, right? We talk about the blockchain and NFTs being decentralized, open source, immutable, and everybody can know exactly what's going on behind them. So with it's a double-edged sword, right? You can definitely cut through a lot of red tape and start growing your career and having getting amazing traction and building a beautiful fan base of people that you love hanging out with. But you do have to hold up your end of the bargain. So that's something that Gary does extremely well. I suggest you go and watch some of his YouTube videos. Just type Gary Vee and NFT, and you'll probably find 10, 15 different videos. I think that's a great place to go, especially from a marketing standpoint. Now, I'm going to be teaching you a lot of the basics. Gary, of course, is going to be able to teach you some stuff. I'm under no illusion that I'm the only source out there of information you need to get. No, you need to devour as much as you possibly can. So I think that's it for today. This was, following Gary is a good one. It would be interesting to see what his Series 2 is up to and what they're selling for. Let's see. Series 1 people get to claim some stuff from Series 2. He's got new characters. And, 15 new ones. Oh, and look, he's upped his game on his art. So I don't know if he's done some, initial drawings and then he got another artist involved or what, but pretty interesting, right? So you can see Series 1 to Series 2, how he's making a shift. Persistent Penguin. I'm going to just go ahead and click on this. I don't even know if it's launched yet. Yeah, enter the raffle for a chance to purchase a core character. Every NFT comes with our new trading card game. So again, he's creating a new experience. It's not just same old design of the interaction and experience for the users who buy these NFTs. He is changing it up as you should. Keep it fresh. Spectacular penguins. Okay, so very similar penguin design, but with some different imagery associated with them. Yeah. Anyway, worth exploring. So that's all I have for today. I'm really happy that whoever watched this did. Leave a comment. Let me know if any of this was useful for you, or if there are other things in NFT land that you want to learn. If there are certain things that you've heard people bandy about and you're just having a hard time grasping that. I would love to go a deep dive, do any research that I need to do so that you don't have to worry about it, and I can bring that to you in another video here. So that is it for today. I'm Jason Brunizer. This is the Phenomenal Future Project, and until tomorrow, when we hit day number 14, I will say goodbye. Oh, and I will ask for one little thing. If you can, I would love this. Please do this. Subscribe to this channel because it helps us go up in the rankings, and when people are doing searches on NFTs or anything like that, we'll go higher and higher in the list, and more artists will be able to find us and learn about how to take charge of their careers and their finances. Don't you want some financial freedom? Of course you do. I want to be able to help you get there. I'm there. I want to be able to do that for you. All right, that's it for today. Adios from Texas.